the bear.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. Let's see what we do.
Woo.
And welcome back to Boss and the Bear. I'm Jocelyn the Boss.
And I'm the bear.
We're playing Sonic Adventure. We're just about to pick up Sonic because we're playing as Tails. So for the 4th time, we get to go through this awesome rail shooter that doesn't quite work.
Oh, good. It's cool.
It doesn't have landing gear, which makes no sense at all, but hey, whatever.
Questions, Jocelyn. Why are you asking all these questions?
What's weird to me is that, like, Tails has, like, a miniature level, whereas Sonic, like, goes through 3 or 4, like, of his own things in the time that it takes Tails to do one surfboard thing.
Right.
I mean, in fairness, he does go to the past as well. It's just, like, doesn't seem... Anyway, whatever. I'm just poking holes.
Yeah, right?
I
there's so many holes to poke into.
The sky chase things. They're so dull to
me. Yeah. Trying to be
There's no feedback. Well, it's... there's no, like, feedback to anything. I can get hit, but, like, there's no real feel of what that means. It's just, like, my health bar goes down, and there's no indication that even happened, what caused that to happen.
Yeah.
There's missiles, and they hit you, but there's no, like, feedback. You don't blink, you don't flash red. Just your health bar goes down.
Yeah, so it's, like, completely non-responsive in any way, shape, or form.
It's just there.
Yeah.
And it's a real pain in the ass, honestly. Yeah. But you know what? I've talked about this. This is the 4th time I've, like, sat here and been like, oh, rail shooters.
Oh, God, rail shooters.
God fucking damn it.
You know what's a rail shooter that could really use a sequel?
Oh, God. Here we go.
Where's Pokemon Snap 2? Where is it? I know you put a camera in fucking Pokemon Go because I play it all the time, but that's not Pokemon Snap. Pokemon Snap is a beautiful, well put together rail shooter where you, like, animate the Pokemon in their natural environment and you get to take cool
Pokemon
pictures.
Snipe.
Yeah.
Heyo. If you were a rail shooter, it would be
Pokemon Snipe.
Anyway.
Can you imagine doing like a Safari Zone rail shooter with, like, a trank gun, just, like, knocking Pokemon the fuck out?
I feel like that would be the inevitable consequence of, like, real life Pokemon.
Yeah.
If that were ever to be a thing that existed in real life. We forgot to close your door.
Oh, yeah. My cat's in here. Everybody say hi to Ophelia. She has a scratchy meow and wants the cuddles.
She's probably not going to say anything.
Yeah.
She's just, like, too intimidated by us talking, but she is on my lap. This is significant.
Yeah. And if you hear any weird sounds on Joss's microphone, it's my cat's tail.
Where are you going, little fluff bomb? Where's that little stinky fluffy kitty boy
going? What is there even left to say about this? It's just...
Right.
Yeah, I'm bored.
Right. But now, like, entertainment.
But the nice thing is that, like, after Tails' campaign, it stops being, like, a retread of the exact same story.
Yeah.
You finally get to, like, see other things that are happening other than just...
what
I'm
Sonic and Tails are up
and
to.
I'm Tails and I'm in love with Sonic.
Right?
Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop.
Just like, it's like, okay. So Tails' storyline is like, God, I can't remember what it's called, but Stephanie Meyer did a version of the first book of Twilight, except told from Edward Cullen's perspective.
Oh, here we go. Actually, you know, I have a thing to say about this. You know, a bit of an on-brand thing, but I'll let you go. I'll let you talk about your thing.
Oh, no, I just, like, I remember back in the day when it was first, like, announced, you could read the sample first chapter from it, and it was just like...
Yeah, see, I lost health and I have no idea why.
Where even are you?
I'm flying around this thing.
Oh,
There's a boss battle here.
Oh, is this a boss battle? The stakes are so high.
Yep.
Yeah, but pretty much, yeah, Twilight was the thing that existed in real life.
What do you mean they existed in real life?
Twilight. It was a thing. It happened.
Oh, you want me to tell my thing?
Yes.
So, okay.
That's called a segue, everybody. That's a segue.
Shut up. Anyway, so my thing about Twilight is very simple. Everyone needs to shut the fuck up about Twilight. I've never read the books. I've seen one of the movies with, like, riff tracks on. Yeah. It never really appealed to me, and, like, I can go on about how, you know, the parts that I've read are poorly written, the vampire logic doesn't make sense, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Shut the fuck up, everybody. And here's the thing. I'm I'm not saying that Twilight is good. What I am saying is that we in our culture have this tendency to just relentlessly shit on anything that is perceived to be by and for women. And Twilight is like one of the biggest examples of that. And again, like, I'm not saying that Twilight is good. And I understand there's a lot of complaints about the relationship being, you know, abusive and all that stuff. But there is this real tendency to like hyper focus on that stuff and use those complaints as like a mask to like just
Shit on stuff for girls.
shit on stuff. And like everyone and their dog has jokes about sparkly vampires.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. But like, do you actually have a problem with that, or are you just shitting on it because it's a fun thing to do?
Right.
And you see this like everywhere too. We were talking about Sailor Moon last episode. Like, I'm sure, you know, if this ever gets popular, then like people are going to be in the comments, oh, Sailor Moon's dumb. Maybe.
But I don't know.
That
Don't
was a
touch my
popular thing,
children.
too. It's just like, you know, saying that
Shitting
like,
on Sailor Moon because it was for girls.
and, you know, One Direction,
Mm-hmm.
boy bands, really controversial take. 50 Shades of Grey gets a lot of that too.
Yeah.
And again, like, I am not saying any of this stuff is actually good. I do like Sailor Moon, but
Some of it's good, some of it's not good, you know.
but like, it needs to be judged on its own merits, not
Yeah.
just relentlessly crapped on because it's by and for women.
Yeah.
And like, I was talking about this with some people one time, and someone was like, well, you know, men's media doesn't really face this kind of scrutiny because men's media is actually good. And they brought up like James Bond as an example of like the male power fantasy that's actually good. I'm like, no, James Bond movies are actually pretty bad.
Yeah, they aren't good at all.
I mean,
Like, I understand why people like them. I understand that
oh,
it's
totally.
like
It's a fun male fantasy.
yeah, and like James Bond is on its own is like its own kind of like genre almost.
Yeah, for sure.
Within itself of like goofiness, and there's like tropes that it's like, oh yeah, we know that part sucks, but it's in every single one of them, and you just accept that that part sucks and just like move on with your life.
Oh shit.
Bye.
Oh jeez. Anyway, you were saying about James Bond.
So like I understand that the people who like James Bond like it because of and in spite of whatever flaws it might have. But you're right, it doesn't reach any of the amount of scrutiny.
No, like people will at best be like, it's harmless fun. It's an indulgence.
Yeah.
But like these guys were like, no, it's actually good. And I'm like, are you serious
No.
right now? It's not.
You're allowed to just like things that aren't necessarily good.
And that's okay. I'm
That's
totally
okay.
pro like owning the fact that you like not everything you like is going to be wonderful, amazing shit. I don't even know what I'm doing.
You're falling
The
into
pathfinding
the abyss.
makes no sense in this level. Anyway.
So
Yeah, like when you're criticizing women's media, try to like be mindful of what
Yeah.
you're actually saying and like be aware if your complaints are coming from a genuine place or if it's just like you repeating the complaints that other people have said to add legitimacy to your thing. Oh,
Because, like, you know what? If you want to say that Rey from the new Star Wars film is Mary Sue, cool. But you gotta accept that Anakin Skywalker is, like, the
Anakin
merriest,
Skywalker
serious.
and Luke Skywalker and
Yeah.
all the Skywalkers and
Yeah.
popular theory that Rey is herself a Skywalker.
Yeah.
No comments on that at this time, but you know.
All of them. Every single one of them. Big old Mary Sue's and Gary
Fucking
Sue's.
God,
And then
I
you fall to your
can't.
death.
Ugh.
Bye.
I don't even know where I'm supposed to be going in this level. It's so confusing and weird. I should just like stick to the Sonic path and not
Yeah.
like try to do this
You can do it. You'll
extra
be alright.
Tails garbage. Because like it's meant to be like shortcuts specifically for Tails, but
So that you can
God,
beat
here we
Sonic
go.
and his obnoxious little buckle.
well, we were talking about this a few episodes ago about like the rubber banding.
Yeah.
Fucking.
The very obvious rubber banding.
And it's very frustrating when you die in these levels because, then he like just starts off exactly where you are. There's nothing you can do about it, and
It's
I'm
like,
I'm
no, I
behind.
was way ahead of you, you little flat munch, you little stinky,
You little
bag.
butt.
you
I have
little...
nothing more mature to say
Right.
than for the love of God. Okay.
Okay,
Everything's
so
fine.
Jocelyn, my Aaron is running a D&D campaign that he's just starting up, and Jocelyn and I were making character sheets last night, And I was looking through all of the like races and stuff. We're doing Pathfinder, and we have the advanced race book. So I was looking at the Undines.
I have no idea where you're going with the story, so.
It all kind of loops back around to Twilight in a little way.
Oh, right. Okay.
Sort of.
No, go ahead. Tell your thing.
So I'm sitting here and I'm like reading through the racial description of the Undine and stuff, and just like my eyes zoom in on the eye description, which is I guess Undines always have limpid blue eyes.
Limpid.
That
sounds like something out of a fan fiction, honestly.
I have blue eyes like limpid tears, and and I'm not related to Gerard Way, but I wish I was because he's a total fucking hottie.
So that's a bit of a stretch. Was that based on Twilight as well? I thought it was just like Harry Potter, but with vampires now.
It always like it occupies the same place in my mind as Twilight and Twilight fan fiction and stuff for whatever reason. Like I know it's Harry Potter, but it just like the whole the timing of it and the whole vampire thing. You know, it's just like.
Yeah, I guess.
Tangentially.
I wonder if it came out around the same time. I like literally don't know anything about Twilight, so.
Twilight is the only reason why I didn't go insane my first summer alone.
Okay, that's the other thing, is that like Twilight got a lot of young women interested in reading.
Yes, that is very true.
So like, okay, yeah, maybe they could read better books, but whatever. Mass appeal stuff can at least like move you in that direction. Right? And I really strongly feel like, okay, yes, there are definitely better books out there than Twilight, but shut the fuck up unless you've actually like taken the time to form a proper critique rather than just parroting what everyone else says.
And in the vein of like getting women to like, especially like tween teen girls into reading, because like that's the group of girls that I knew that were reading Twilight when Twilight was popular. There's a lot of really good like young adult romance fiction out there with like that you know,
also
maybe
a lot of lesbian novels. I'm just gonna put that out right now.
There's a lot of really good like LGBT plus stuff, which is like, yes, quite. And like it's good stuff. It's good stuff for tweens and teens to have, because it like lets them know that, you know, representation matters, etc., etc., etc.
Well, that's kind of one of the reasons why we're doing this show, honestly.
Yeah.
It's to just like have LGBT women in a place that's kind of not
usually
generally
very friendly to us.
Well, not even just friendly, just like we're not seen at all most of the time. So, a little behind the scenes for you there. This is why we have a channel.
This is what we want to bring to the world, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So, welcome, and thank you for joining us on this journey that we're taking together.
We're really mega. We're really
gay.
We're really gay.
Super gay.
Super gay.
But like actually gay is the thing. It's not a joke. It's real. It's real life.
Like all the homo.
It was actually funny. Yesterday while we were building characters, I don't know if should I say this? Yeah, I'm gonna say it.
Sure, go.
I've committed. Improv. Full speed ahead.
Do it.
We were talking about like age differences, and I said something along the lines of, you know, being the age that I am, I wouldn't want to have sex with someone more than 6 years younger than me at this point. I'm not talking about what my specific age is. That'll come up later, I'm sure. But as it turns out,
I'm definitely 7 years younger than Jocelyn.
Bear falls below that threshold.
Wah-wah.
And so it's just like, well...
So your ship is sunk!
I guess that means we can't have sex.
Darn.
At least not yet.
Don't worry, people will make Fix-It Fix, where, like, it'll be 5 years in the future, and you'll realize that, like, well, you know what, I'm older now. And,
yeah, yesterday we were having that whole thing about one of us being older than me at some point in our lives. So, like, that'll just become canon.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm back here now. So this seems like a good place to call it an episode.
Beautiful sunset.
So, oh god, panty shot, weird. Anyway, Until
Yeah.
next time, I'm Jocelyn the Boss.
And I'm the bear.
Goodbye.
Bye.